this TV show, this next performer has done something I don't think anyone else I've ever seen, I don't think this even exists, has actually done an unbelievably great job at karaoke with Baby Got Back. I didn't think it was possible. Let's welcome Gypsy Howling.
How's everybody doing tonight? I, unfortunately, am not so good. I had a date tonight and he stood me up. Come on, sympathy, really? That's a true thing. To be honest though, I shaved my legs and my pits, but not my lady bits. So I was interested, but not invested. You know what I'm saying? I guess he knew he wasn't going to close the deal. Now, I'm recently single. That's new for me. I got married when I was really young the first time. My dating rules before were really old enough to buy or had a fake ID. That's all that mattered to me the last time I was single. Now it's 401ks, how many kids do you have, do you own a house, and the internet. There's internet dating. That wasn't a thing last time I was single back in the 90s. How many of you have done the online dating thing?
Yeah.
Good, because I don't want to out you. I've seen some of you on OkCupid. I don't want to bust you, but I've seen that. And so that's been a new thing for me, and I'm reading these profile names, and people get really creative, right? Like man of your dreams. But they get more honest in the description, right? They'll be like, well, I'm in a transition period between jobs, currently living in my parents' basement. That's not man of my dreams, that's like man I just got rid of. I'm not going there again. So I decided I'm gonna be honest with my screen name. Mine is Samsonite 321, because I got a ton of baggage. I got 3 kids by 2 ex-husbands. And one of my ex-husbands wants to be a woman. That's a true thing. Now I got mad love for the G, the L, the B, and the T community. But when your man is more interested in having his own pussy than yours, that's a deal breaker. That's a bad thing. So you know how on OkCupid they have all those weird questions? Like, do you believe that Noah's flood actually happened? What album most defined your life? And it gets you nervous answering these. And so sometimes the guys I've gone out with keep it going on the date. And it gets really uncomfortable, and amid the normal, tension and, cultural differences, they're just grilling you. And I was on a date with this guy once, and we're at a restaurant, I'm looking over the menu, and he's asking me all these questions out of nowhere. He's like, are you a cat or a dog person? Without thinking, I said, well, I don't care what you eat in your culture. I was thinking I was gonna go with the chicken or the fish. No judgment. He was all offended, we didn't go out again. That was kind of a bummer. Another thing I've noticed is there's new words for drugs. Now I'm north of 30, I'll admit that. Not really north, but a little real estate up here. And people come up with new terms for drugs. Don't pretend you don't know. I told this guy the other day I'm going rolling with Molly. I see some of you druggies get that. And he's like, oh, I didn't know you got down like that. I'm like, I'm confused. I told you I have children. I'm taking my daughter Molly to the roller palace. What do you mean? It's a drug. That's not nice. And 420. You guys know what 420 is? I didn't. So I'm reading all these profiles and everybody's like 420 friendly. I'm like, are we supposed to have a time that we prefer? I'm partial to 8:03 p.m., but I guess 420. I need a favorite season, a favorite color. These questions never end. And I found out it's a weed thing. Now, I've smoked weed back in my day, back to the north of 30 thing. I did my thing. I was a punk rock girl. It doesn't work for me. I'm not a fun person to see high. I'm like the girl who's like, check my pulse. Do you think I'm okay? Are the police coming? Is this something here? Nobody wants to give me a joint. It got so bad in college when they'd be passing it around. When they'd see it getting close to me, someone would dive on it. Like, don't give it to Gypsy. So, I know it doesn't work for me, but yet, being single again, guys are always like, so do you smoke weed? Like, no, I don't smoke weed. Like, do you want to try it? I'm a grown-up. It doesn't work for me. I don't want to try it. Like, come on, sure, you can try it. So I came up with the term. I'm 420 hostile. Don't steal it. I'm under agreement to have it copyrighted. How many of you guys have Netflix? Woo, Netflix! So I have Netflix, right? You know how it makes suggestions for you? I came home the other day and it said popular with viewers like you, films with daddy-daughter issues. I'm like, what the hell, Netflix? Are you talking to my therapist? That seems a violation of privacy. So I read the descriptions, and I watched every one of them. I stayed up all night long. I made a drinking game out of it. Every time a girl said, Daddy, why don't you love me? I did a shot. Any of you guys ever drunk text someone? By the end of the night, I was drunk texting the original man in my life, my daddy. True story. I'm like, I'm sorry I wasn't born a boy. My whole life I always felt he would have preferred a boy. My mother was always there to reassure me. You're right. We wanted a son. That's why we didn't name you till you were 2. Your testicles will drop and make us have all our dreams come true. We'll give it back to your host, Rick Jenkins. I've been Gypsy, and that's my time.